Train survivors. Um, is looking at the other base. The front is actually 3 blocks. I mean, deep, with the stairs on the middle one. So I think I sort of have to do the same thing here. So I'm gonna do this thing here. I'm gonna try to make it squat. So face here. No. There. So I'm gonna try to make it squat. So it would be like this. And then same thing here. And then I need a stair. And I'm actually going to commit to this. Let me see here. The stair is the catwalk style. And the stair on the back is actually interesting that it goes down from the front instead of from the sides. Many blocks, and then it churns. I found that interesting. This is the stair. Some nails required, some assembly required. So I'll need 6 blocks. And I'll probably upgrade that to metal. Okay. So we would have a stair going like this. Come on. Why those stairs are so hard to place? Okay. Now I'm wondering something. How were the railings made? Were they on the outside? Yeah. They are both on the outside. But here I have a pole going up, which does not exist on mine. And that pole is where the railings are attached to. spotlights are off the ground again. Okay. Yeah, I wonder why they come. So we have this squat front here. And then of course the other house has a third row here, but I don't have that. Okay. Now railing wise, so I need to make a few of them. I don't think I have any. I think I had, but scrapped them because so 4 need 6 at least. Thing is, I might need some rebar to fix it. No, not rebar, some poles to fix it. Just like I have, just like on that other house, have a pole not going all the way up. So for now, I'm not going to do the squared entrance at the beginning, just um, just at that original level there, to be honest. So it's not going to be here either. This is the other side. It cannot be here because that would place like a block where zombies could cross from the other side. So this is going to go. Likewise here. This is going to go and this is going to go. And this here so we would have here come on. This game knows how to be irritating. Yeah. And then this becomes a wedge, this becomes a wedge, and so forth. Yeah, likewise here. Now this I upgrade. And I have some railings here and here. Now the other railings need to be at the front. No, they don't. Because if this is outside, then these railings can be here. Which is different than the other house, but okay. So we have this squat entrance. I might paint these pillars metal. Maybe that would be a nice touch. It leads to Of course, the drawbridge. Right. Okay, so this goes away. I left it there mostly as a model. It's one level too low, even if I wanted to preserve it. Okay. So the rebar frame pole goes here. Connects nicely there. What doesn't go here is that thing there. And then this here has to become a wedge. I think I'm out of wedges, so we will need 4. Sort of feel like placing railings along the side. I wonder if the zombies will try to cross over the railing. They might well do that. Here's another zombie. Oh, there she is. Damn it. So this is wedge. This is half block. This is half block as well. Half block. I cannot reach that. Yeah, the wedges are here and here. So this is half block. Stupid zombie made me destroy one of my wood frames. Speaking of drawbridge, let's do something about the drawbridge. So I'm gonna make a power drawbridge, powered drawbridge. But there's no recipe. So to begin with, I make gonna make a normal drawbridge. Springs, mechanical parts, and screws. And I'm gonna add electrical parts as well. So I'm gonna make it cost 30 electrical parts. Keep this separate. Or the springs, yeah. So I have already modified the drawbridge, the power drawbridge, to do what I want, which is to close when powered instead of open when powered. Now I will need motion sensors. Question is, do I have? I have 2, which is what I need. 2 probably are enough. And 2 switches as well. Yeah, that works. Yeah, see, only 1 battery actually got bad. 745. Okay, maybe 2 got bad, but this isn't time enough to repair all of the batteries. So something caused the batteries not to get recharged during the day at the other times. Yeah, I think I'm gonna break here, make an entrance from this side. There. Get the power plant and get the drawbridge started because it's gonna take a long time. So I'm gonna craft this and then I'm gonna sacrifice this and 30 electrical parts in exchange for the power drawbridge from creative. So this goes here. Okay. So let's continue this. Then the iron bars as well. So we can copy rotation here. This is wedge. Yeah, this is wedge. These are half blocks. Oh, there's still this one to break, which is also a wedge. Right, so face maybe. Not that face at least. Let's just advance it. Come on game, show it to me. Yeah, so this goes from full to half. And it needs to do the same in this direction, so... which is exactly that. And then... not this one. Yeah. And finally, this is the same rotation on this side here. Okay. Now I do need some bars. I can make the wood bars here. I think I need 2. Let's make 4. So I copy this rotation and then it goes here and here. And then I can upgrade this. Right. Yeah, these iron bars here really spoil the effect. But let's continue. And see where it gets us. So again, if we follow the model of the other one, then we actually use full frames here to give it a squat look. And then that needs to be replaced as well. Looks like this is too well. Can wait. So on this side, they're gonna break the 2 because these. I'm going to need some blocks below the drawbridge, but the drawbridge can go for now, so if it collapses, that's fine. Alright, do I have plates now? There's gonna be a plate there. That thing has to go as well. Let me handle this. Oh, I'll be back. So where were we? Some drop roots. Not bad. Not good, not bad. And I did put the fence there. I don't remember if I did that on camera. But anyway, it's interesting because this is actually one to the side, but from the front, these are so wide that they cover there. And in fact, it aligns with that, which is interesting. I really wish, so these iron bars go all the way to here. I really wish I could have that thing come up front. But if I place it here, it's not gonna work. If I move that thing all the way here, it's not going to work. It's if this is wider here, I don't know. I could experiment with that and see what it looks like. Now let me see here. I do need to break this one. And this goes like that. Not here. Poles are actually unnecessary on this side. They're here mostly for symmetry, no? But let's symmetrize the gas cans. This goes for sale. Fire spells goes here. I dropped this thing here. I'm not gonna concentrate on that at the moment. While I'm doing other stuff. Other stuff, basically building. So these spells are not good enough to face the ferals. I'll get one of these in exchange for this and 30 electrical parts. So it's not good enough for ferals, and it's not good enough for Gonna need wire relays. Let's say two. Also two frames. Gonna need switches. I'm not sure exactly what is going to power it. I could, well, they dropped. Huh. It could be just 20 here. And I need the motion sensors. So these guys here, this is the recipe for the door control, the concrete door control. So in-game, well, in-game, originally that was the recipe. A wire relay, a normal wire relay instead of the door control relay, which I think would make more sense, but and the door control relay, it's pretty much the same as the wire relay. It's nothing special. It's just, well, it's just what it costs. So this gotta go. I did not get the gas. Now the ugly thing is that those concrete door controls gotta be here. Okay. So, not going up by default, and you cannot click open or close. Let me finish this guy here. That block has to go. That block has to go. Okay. Yeah. So if you get the pole, these are the last 3 poles. So the poles will go here. And this has to be a plate. Plate. I do have rebar frame plates. And I can even extend the barbed wire one more to the side. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be, I mean, I don't know about the poles here. I don't know about a lot of other things like is this going to be half block or is it going to be a wedge? But I know, I'm pretty sure, or the blocks below if they're going to be of full rebar frames or if they're going to be poles. But this guy in particular, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a full block because under pretty much all variants here, it's a full block. But if I don't take it out, if I don't upgrade it, I can take it out to destroy the drawbridge. Okay, let's take a new look here. Yeah, the fact that those poles are not upgraded, it's making it harder to get the full effect. Because they look invisible. All right. I would like to see what it looks like with the arch up here. Now this is on the outside and the pole will be on this block. So I just need to make blocks. I can put it on top of it. 1, 2, 3. Now a smart thing will be to make all the stuff out of wood and paint it so I can know what it looks like without actually having to break concrete if I don't like it. So I guess I'm not really that smart. Well, no one said I am. Where did these springs and mechanical parts came from? Did I get them by rearranging the drawbridge? Most curious, most curious. Yeah, the shit that you get from the drop chests. Okay. Now let's do something else at the moment. Not intend to hit that. Shogunai. Okay, what is connected here? Was it just the light up front? I hope it was the light. I don't want anything else stop working. It's intact, okay. Speaking of intact, this is intact, okay. Anyway, so the idea was there. So we have 1, 2, yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So I would need to place another one there. And then we would have that there, that there, and then I would need some wedges. I had one concrete wedge, interesting. I didn't see it last time I checked. So make another wedge. Yeah. Fact that I have to have these concrete door controls here pretty much means that entrance is not going to work anymore. Though I usually come from this side, right? It's just that when I exit, I usually exit straight ahead. So let's copy rotation here. Then copy rotation here. And I think I saw... I thought I saw wood hull frames. I did see them, yes. See, I'm gonna do one thing that is not going to... Wow, I cannot get up there. Interesting. So what if I replace that with this? And do the same on this side. And do I have wood poles? I had more rebar frames. I had, oh yeah, this works, this works. It's not wood, I mean, the centered poles brick, that's, I plan to use that on the mine. Though now that I remember, I kind of think of using this on the mine now and copy the pattern of that ancient tomb. So pole, the wood pole, I'm gonna need 6. I'm gonna see how that goes. Keep the junction box. I'm probably gonna need that. I fear that might happen. I was hoping it wouldn't. In fact, I just lost 2 poles there. So I had the wedges. The wedges are gone on both sides. That was the problem, by the way. They are too heavy. So we copy rotation here. And we copy rotation here. We copy rotation here. Alright, so all of this is fine. And I'm gonna need more poles, and I hope that's not gonna collapse again. So pole, get 2. So yeah, that might be too long. I see the snake. So I can take the rebar out. And then I can just place this like that. So if I make it here, it looks like that. The hell of it is that it doesn't look bad at all. It doesn't look bad at all. And it gave me another idea as well. So I'm thinking of maybe making this side like this. Right? Mhm. So what I'm going for here is that the stairs go, that at this level is wider than the level at which the stairs arrive. So, oops, pressing all the wrong buttons. So we will remove this guy here. Nah. Oh, we'll need 2 poles and then railings. Not here. Better favorite that. 2, then 2 more, I believe. I don't like how this... That part in particular I don't like. Think that that entrance is going to go away. It's not going to be a door there every time I want to enter this. It will have to be through here. I will break this one. Oh, this is iron. Okay. So I have an entrance here, another there. Speaking of which, two more. Maybe I can do the hatch thing. I wish there was a real block for that. Well, I'll take this. Yes, wood pole. And the same thing on the other side. Place the wood frame support. Then break this guy. Place the wood pole. And remove. And now it looks like this. The only thing I don't like is the railing showing off behind. I could make the last ladder not have a railing. So not have a railing here. So it wouldn't show. Now the other thing is this. Then I do need to make it exactly like the other place. I would have to make it 1/4 to match how the other one is constructed. And I so much dislike these floating things. I'm probably gonna put a pole on the block down here, going from one side to the other. Oh, this is all experimental, so let's do this. Yeah, access upstairs, that will have to be revised, obviously. But if all of this is going away, I have more options. Stair. So I want this stair, but not that one, this one. Yeah, I definitely prefer the railing not showing up behind. But I'm happy enough with this. What I could do here it might work well enough is to place a block like that. Aha. The frame doesn't cause it to disappear, but the full block does. Go all the way down too, right? Instead of fold like that. And from the front it's invisible, so it doesn't matter. And from the side it kind of looks good. So I do like that. I do like that. Now I have to remove this guy here. Collapse a bunch of stuff. It didn't. Same thing on this side. Right, so this blocks stay. This guy in the middle does not. Then we place half frame there. Same goes on this side. So that goes there. The poles. So let's... Oh, I don't want that. So let's not. None of that is what I'm gonna use. It's all wrong material. Uh, the railings I kind of wanted to keep. Mostly because it's so annoying to make them. So I can destroy this guy here. Can destroy this guy here. See, a single pole on one side was able to hold everything. It was the concrete that brought it down at that time. This railing here needs to move back, sadly. That's the only way it's gonna make sense. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? If I place like frames there, hope it doesn't collapse. It goes like that. On the same thing on the other side. That's 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and then this guy. And I don't have the wedges anymore. Let's make 4. No wedges, right? Right. While that is being done, more nails, get these 2. So this will remain. Hopefully, because I'm getting tired of changing my mind. And then here and here. On the inside is probably going to be all I'm not sure if I'm gonna make these out of half blocks, but I think I might have that go as half blocks all the way there and have the middle be iron bars. I might replace this with an edge going out as well. Right? Same way there's a wedge to the back, have that wedge come out of the front and connect with half block, and then have all the middle be made out of iron bars, probably in that orientation instead of that orientation because it's coming in this direction, right? I knew it was having a little bit of trouble getting up. Funny. Okay, these guys all have to come out because it's unaligned. What I said before was this here. Let's do the advanced. The problem is I place this one, I think this guy might disappear. I like have another wood pole to try that. So I don't have any poles in the right orientation, so no, it doesn't. Nice. A full block makes it disappear, as you can see there. But it seems that a simple pole does not. So now it is on top of the thingy. And I might need 4 poles. And then 4 and 4, 8. Yeah, the hatch thing. Leave the hatch thing for later. Railing. So I believe I said 8. And I believe the poles I said 4. Gotta make more. For the poles I'm gonna make more. Can easily end up using them. So the poles would match here. Kind of want to move that. But then again, I'm only here to place these poles. So I can copy rotation here with this rotation. Like that. It's only costing 1 forged iron to upgrade. That is so much cheaper than vanilla. Upgrading these guys in vanilla is a fortune. I can jump out. Sadly, well, I can't. Yeah, now that is the pole, I can jump in 2 steps, but that's fine. Funny, I didn't like the railing on the back, but now I put railing on the back. But it's not the railing going up. The railing going up that was bothering me. That is in line with the rest of it. Yeah. So let's do two things here. First, let's place switches. Don't want that over there. Should have made a double door already. Okay, now that I placed the switch, I realize I want the same thing I had before, but it was on a block that had to be removed, so that's not the matter. The junction box. I'm gonna wire only one of them for now. So I do have enough power coming from the solar panel for this, I believe. So it would go here. The switch then goes here to hide the wire. And then junction box then goes to one of the concrete door controls. Right? And now, if I give power to it, it closes. And that gives me a switch that I can turn on, and it will ensure uh, the drawbridge is open throughout the Horde night. Because on Horde night it cannot go down. No siree. Now, solar bank is up to 134. It will go up to 139 once if it was recharging the batteries. It's still well within the limits. Yeah. The power drawbridge really doesn't require much power. Yeah. When the solar bank switches to the power to the battery bank, for a moment everything turns off, and then the drawbridge went down. Okay. So we're gonna have two rebar frames here and here. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. times 424. Minus 2, 26. I confess, I thought I had gotten rid of these two already. They need more wedges. It's a popular block today. Forget it. And then this guy here. I'm gonna copy rotation here. I mean, this is not the rotation, but I'm hoping that I can rotate from there more easily. And I can. So this will go like that. And then we will get the wood bars. The wood bars will go with this rotation. So like this. I mean, the idea is upgrading everything. It's not keeping us wood bar. This is the drawbridge, by the way. Those points on the ground. I'll have to figure out some lights to use. And I can actually see the door on the lights there. Not very well, but I can see it. The only thing I might consider changing would be to place a pole here, but there is no way to place a block here. A full block, which would be needed to make contact with the pole without losing this wedge here. So I think it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, then all of these wedges can now be turned. Turn on. Yeah, I'll need an entrance. That's something I will gonna need. And honestly, I haven't seen any issues at all with these blocks here, so I think I'm gonna upgrade them. Okay. And then this one, this one, this one, this one. Now, since this guy is fully supported, this guy here and here, as well as here and here, can be turned into steel for greater good. Now let's talk about this other guy here. That's pretty much the end of the last thing we're gonna do. So my idea is detecting zombies. I can place it like this, yeah. But I cannot place it on this side. Well, I kind of can, but I don't think it's gonna work very well. I could place it here, but then I would have to replace this block with the wedge thingy. Well, I'd have to replace it anyway. Okay, so let's say here. And here. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Supposedly this should be on the next one. Okay. Then the idea is I would get the electricity, which I suppose I could get from here. It needs to go to one of the thingies, then to the other of the thingies. Yeah, I'm not sure about the switch. Which is the door controller? Wire the first one. I think it was this guy. Now this, I'll do this. The power duration. I could do it always, and then I have to reset. But I think I'm going with 1 minute. Okay, now it's configured to detect me, which means if I come here, the power drawbridge goes up and I cannot get there. Let's put these guys here. Better. And every time it detects me, it's another minute. So we come here and then the fuck? I pressed E. I'm getting the motion sensor from Creative. I did press E. Now I have to wire this thing again. Now this is going to take much more electricity. So power duration is 1 minute. Whenever it sees ugly guys. And now I can come here and enter the drawbridge. So final thoughts here. So this, I saw something damaged there. So this this switch is the closed drawbridge switch. Now this guy here, don't actually want, or do I? That one is supposed to be the open drawbridge switch, which means it will stay on so it go to this guy here, it would stay on, and then this guy here goes to that camera there. And of course I need junction boxes to hide this thing. One problem is that motion sensors have triggering thing when they are chained in series, and which means that I cannot chain these two. I cannot go to a junction box between these motion sensors, or they lose their chaining ability. See, it covers pretty much everywhere. Um, it covers the stairs, so if the zombie starts going to the stairs, it's gonna close the thing, even if it's coming from an angle where it cannot see, and really there is very little it cannot see. Okay, so here's the idea, and to have a zombie who can help me out with this. Very disappointing. When you need a zombie, there is none to be seen. So come on, Arlene. There's the baby Arlene. I fear spawning the baby Arlene. Who knows what that thing is. But I'm too curious. That's the problem. Ah, yes, yes. Don't want that, Arlene. No, no, no. Retreat, retreat. There. And now that it's open, she's going elsewhere. She just acquired a thing. But if I decide I want this thing here, she's dead. I can turn that switch and it's going to go down. So the open switch I actually want on both sides, because if I'm on this side here and I want to go back to my base, I want to open it. And the switches just have to stay on all the time, right? You can have this on both sides. And this block here does get turned into thingy. And Yeah. Well, the two cameras do need to be wired together. But then they can skip and go to something else. Honestly, I don't see much I could do. I could, for example, move the camera, move this guy here and have it point diagonally. And that would hide the wire from them. But I need one of the junctions here, two of the junctions here, because the switch junction, switch junction, switch junction, so 3 junctions, and then the last junction, those go to the camera, which I think is going to be here after all. So what does it take? So to make the block I need the panel and concrete mix. This requires only forged iron and electrical parts. I like that. But that does take a while to make. So let's do this here. And I also want the door. Paints, polymers, screws, hinges. Don't have any paints. Speaking of which, yeah. Well, it's almost done here, so let's wait a couple of seconds. Now I can turn it off. Can I make that door already? Oh yes, the plastic. Craft that. And we craft this guy here. That is a roaming horde. You don't dare do that, lady. Here's some shots. I wonder if there is a... It is not my shotgun, so I wonder if there's a trader around. These zombies can be so annoying. hesitant to use the base because I think the zombies would destroy the spikes. Okay. Yeah, this stupid kill streak that doesn't help with anything. Yeah, again, this kill streak seems to be specific for this kind of weapon, so it might be different. Gonna take out these two. This thing can go away already. Plastic. It has to be here. Okay. Junction box here. That's fine. The two motion sensors then go. Yeah, could be a little bit higher. Yeah, that would get better angles. But then I cannot place on the same. Yeah. So it has to be lower. And it's going to aim in that direction. Just cannot be aimed. Only if I place diagonally, if it's gonna look too ugly. No. I love the rotation, it's just that there is no block you can attach it to. Now this thing here requires a little bit of care. And get the auger repaired because it's not going to be able to break through everything. Now that it's daylight, they can see me. I come from far away. Oh, the miner is ready again. You're supposed to be dead by now, lady. Oh, return my crossbow. Okay, fortunately I was interrupted because I do need this guy here. And then we place a junction box. And likewise on the other side. Place this guy here and two inside to provide some structural integrity. It doesn't provide all the way up, but does enough to keep things afloat. Oh, I should have stored that one as well. Okay. And now the idea is it goes from here to this switch. From the switch it goes to the junction box. From the junction box it goes to that switch. From this switch it goes to the junction box and keep it on. From junction box goes to switch. Keep it on. From switch to junction box to camera number 1, which is gonna be like this. From camera number 1 to camera number 2. Just gonna aim like this. And then from this camera to this door control. And now because that guy has detected it, the zombie, you see how it's tracking, it closed the door, right? So the door is closed. And any of these 3 switches can be used to open it again. And then you turn on the switch and the next zombie is gonna open it. And this one is the opposite thing. I turn it on to get it to go up before Horde Night. And that is my new entrance, which now kind of looks like the old one. It has a lot of common elements with the old one. So I'm gonna upstairs upgrade those bars, but this is all for today. I got a little bit long because of the stupid zombies, but I hope you enjoyed and thank you for watching.